us?
For some of us.
There's good days, there's bad days. A lot of you know Eric and Lisa, and they've been working together, what, 5?
Yeah, 5+ years cleaning and painting.
They were rocking it. They came to my house and did some work, and then you should have seen they rock it.
No, Morgan and I left. You two worked.
They have a really good system.
Yeah, Eric did it. I like it.
Lisa left and Eric worked. That's perfect.
So, hey, can you guys come in or go out? Nate, can you come in or go out? So without any further ado, we're going to give you Lisa Sietz. Russ, I'm going to shut up, Russ.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. All right, thanks for coming down to Baltimore here for the Mid-Atlantic show. We appreciate you all coming. If you don't know me, I'm Lisa Sietz with Liberty Soft Wash. I have the privilege of working with my husband every day. So I just want to tell you a little bit about our experience and how it works for us, and maybe it's something that you can implement with your spouse to help your business as well. Yeah, probably some of you are thinking, I'm sure you're thinking, no way I could work with my wife every day. She's probably thinking the same thing, because I did. That's exactly how I was. I was like, there's no way I can, be with him every day. But it seems to work out, because it's not, you're not standing beside each other at all points. You're spread out throughout the day, so it's not always, togetherness. Let me see, just to give you some history. Eric and I have been married almost 20 years. We have a 19-year-old son who's going to be getting into the business here really soon too, so that'll get us out of the business. Before we started cleaning, Eric was a painting contractor. He had a crew of about 12 guys. Once the building industry started going down, he started looking for something else to do rather than painting that was going to put food on our table. So we got into the cleaning industry. Let me see, originally we started out as roof cleaning by A&E. We did mostly roof cleaning. We gradually got into more pressure washing, doing a little bit more soft washing. Let me see. One of the very first times that I worked with Eric, this was kind of how everything got started. We were on a big 200,000 square foot roof cleaning job. It was a metal roof and had to be pressure washed, and then we were going to be applying a coating on top of that. The way down to the job, it was out of town. He was giving me, our more, I guess you could call it our morning safety talk. He's like, you're going to be at the truck. He's like, we're up on the roof, 40 foot up in the air up on the roof. You're at the truck watching the machines, keep gas in the machines, keep everything going. I said, I got this. So he's like, important thing, he's like, fire extinguisher. He's like, you never operated one? He's like, all you got to do is, pull the pin, point the trigger, aim, and squeeze the trigger and shoot. I'm like, okay. He kept repeating that over and over again. Fire, pull the pin, shoot, and squeeze the trigger. I'm like, I got it. What am I gonna do? So we're working. Everything's going. One of the machines runs out of gas, and because I couldn't pull the start to get it started, I decided to just pour the gas in while it's still running. So when I did this inside the box truck, I have this huge ball of fire now that comes out whenever I open the gas tank. So I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, fire extinguisher. Pull the pin, aim, and shoot. So I'm like, I was so glad at that point that he gave me that conversation. So I run out of the truck, of course, and I go back in. I put the fire out, and he's up on the roof looking at this big puff of black smoke coming up from what he thought was his box truck. So he sprints across the roof, halfway down this 200,000 square foot roof to the roof access, comes down, comes running across the parking lot, and he gets to me, and I'm standing there out of breath with the fire extinguisher and all this, the fire extinguisher dust around me, and I'm breathing heavy, and he's like, everything's okay. He's like, the truck's, he's looking at the truck. He's really not concerned about me, looking at me, making sure everything's okay. I calm down. He's like, are you okay? And then he finally asked me, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm good. And, he calmed me down and everything. And then, like any good husband, he waited to the very last minute to say, well, your hair got singed in that fire. And I was like, oh no, I lost it then at that point, because I was concerned about my hair more than the equipment. But the point being was, he gave me this speech, and I kind of, I sat there and I listened to him and I rolled my eyes, but it was something so simple that if I wouldn't have, because I never used a fire extinguisher before, so had he not told me that, and we would have lost our box truck and all of our equipment and business and that job, and so that was not good. So after that, I started listening to him a little bit more, rolling my eyes a lot less, and doing what he told me. So I learned a lot from him. Let me see. So I skimmed all over that. Sorry. So communication, that's our next thing. Very important. Both verbal and nonverbal communication. Like he's up on the roof, you know, if he needs to tell me something, he has to give me hand signals, you know, he's this, I know that means how much solution do we have left, you know, he'll tell me fire it up, I know to start the machine, you know, cut it off, turn it off. You have to have different types of communication. I even have a little secret signal that I can tell him to have a nice day. He doesn't know that one, but I give him that one every now and then. So both verbal and nonverbal communication. Once we get onto the job site, it's pretty much all, it's work, it's business, you know, we're not talking about, you know, that he forgot to take out the trash in the morning, you know, because, you know, that stuff happens and you can't bring that stuff into the job site. It's harder to not bring the job site into home. That's where you kind of have to have a balance of things to take you a little bit away from business. We do extracurricular activities. We ride, you know, ATVs, so that kind of gives us a little bit of a break from, because it's constantly business day in, day out, because we work together, we sleep together, we eat together, everything is, so it's kind of hard to draw, you know, a line between business and your relationship. But just like in marriage and business, communication is very, you know, it's very important. Marriage, you don't communicate, you get a divorce. You know, if you don't communicate on the job site, somebody can get hurt. You can damage things. So that's, you know, very important thing. Another reason why you can't bring the home stuff into work, because if I'm mad at him, you know, for not doing something, you know, and I don't want to talk to him, I'm not talking to him, I'm not telling him about a roof cleaning solution. I'm just going to let the pump dry, run dry, and that's going to be, you can't do that, because it's, you know, everything has to, you have to keep talking. So on the job site, I can do mostly everything that he does. I know how the truck operates pretty much. If not, I can make a phone call and figure it out. I've done it once by myself without him, which was a very big deal, that he was kind of out of town and I had the truck in my hands, and he was, after that whole box truck fiasco, he was a little concerned. But I did it. I didn't burn anything down or break anything, so, and I even made him a little video to prove what I could do. But on the job site, I do pretty much everything that he does. I don't do a whole lot of ladder work because I'm better on the ground. I can hurt myself with a yoga mat, so I'm best to keep my feet planted on the ground. Let's see. On the job site, I do mostly everything he does. Off the job site, sales, we kind of share all of those tasks. A lot of times when the phone rings, we have conversations, both of us have conversations with them. He usually answers the phone and he'll say, hey, I'm going to pass you over to my wife, take down all of your information. That serves two purposes. The first purpose is because he has terrible penmanship, so I can never read what he writes, so he just hands it off to me, I can write what I read. Another reason we do that is to just kind of introduce ourselves to people. A lot of times they just get a warm, fuzzy feeling when it's a husband and wife, you know, it's a mom and pop, you know, they get that, and people like that. So we kind of, you know, try to introduce ourselves that way. Let's see. So a lot of times now, since we changed our company name from Roof Cleaning by A&E to Liberty Soft Wash, our appearance, our trucks, shirts, everything has changed. We kind of get more of a, people kind of think we're more of a franchise now. So sometimes that's a turn off to people. So that's another reason why we like to introduce ourselves and say, hey, we're just a small company. We might look like a big guy, but we're just a small company. You know, it makes them another thing. It's, you know, a lot of people in our area support small business, so it's important for us to, you know, clarify that to people that we are a small business. And people love that we work together. People are amazed that we can work together. A lot of times the husband, and it's always the husbands, like, how can you work with your wife all day? He just smiles and, you know, he's like, I can do it. And usually what happens, you know, and that's his joke. He's like, I fire her, you know, 2-3 times a day. I always make sure to rehire her before dinner. And it's the truth, you know. We go home because he wants to make sure he still eats, so he has to be talking to me then, or he's ordering takeout for dinner. Another thing too with as far as sales go, whenever we do on-site sales, it's a good thing for us because we have two people instead of one. So everybody doesn't like everybody. You know, some people won't like Eric, some people won't like me. So we kind of read the people. If we see that somebody is more, you know, they're talking to Eric and they're, you know, completely ignoring me, then he takes over. If the person is talking to me and ignoring Eric, I take over. If it's somebody that, you know, so we kind of play each scenario, you know, as it is. We just kind of, whoever is getting, you know, more contact, that's the person that goes with it. Let's see. Other things that I do, not on site, off site, and this is a good way to get you know, some of your spouses involved. Some of your wives might be looking for something to do in the job site, but not necessarily want to get their, you know, hands dirty, pulling hoses and such. Blogging, writing blog posts, making videos from on YouTube, like with pictures from on job sites. Social media posts, those are all things that I do in addition to working on site just to help with the business, and those are good things to do, you know, for maybe your spouses to help you get involved if they want to contribute a little bit more. So now we've been working together. It's pretty much been just the two of us. We're starting to change a little bit now. We have one guy that we've hired. He's been helping us on site. So now I get to spend a little bit of my time working in my office, in my mobile office, which is the truck. So now they're working, doing a lot of things, and I get to sit in the truck with my computer and Wi-Fi and do a lot of things that typically I would have to do whenever I go home. Invoicing, you know, writing new estimates, returning phone calls and stuff. So that's really been a big help for us with me not having to take so much business home with me at night. I can do, you know, some of that stuff in the truck, get that done and out of the way, and then I can go home and cook and clean and do laundry. So let's see. It's not always easy to spend so much. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Okay. So eventually we're going to have crews running, doing our cleaning for us. Like I said, I have a 19-year-old son who's going to become a big part of it. We have another guy in training. We're looking to do that now because we've grown so much that we need to focus, Eric and I need to focus more on sales. So we need to get off of the truck and to have, you know, somebody else doing our work for us. So that's going to be our, you know, our focus. We'll probably, you know, with sales, we're probably going to do the same thing. We'll probably, you know, tag team the sales, property managers and stuff. You know, we're going to, you know, go in and do that. We might do some, you know, separate stuff, but it's kind of important for us to get out of doing the working part, focus more on sales so we can keep our crews running. So it's kind of a shift for us, so we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of taking a little step back now, getting out of doing more of the work. Eric's doing the same now too, so it's kind of a little bit of shift for us, but it seems to be working well, and I know that for the business it's one of the, you know, one of the best things, but we'll still, you know, we will still be working together. So it's not always easy to work together, you know, both at home and on the job site. Not everyone can do it. It can be a, you know, a huge benefit if you can make it work for your business. It has been for us. We get, you know, we're not just one person. It's Eric and Lisa. It's the Sietzes, you know. We've become, you know, kind of synonymous, you know, as the couple in the industry working together, and it's been great for us, and hopefully you can find a way to get your spouse, your partner involved with you, and hopefully it can help out your business as well. Anybody have any questions? Well, thank you very much. I'm ready for some more wine now.
You're supposed to do an hour, weren't you?
It wasn't an hour? It felt like an hour. It felt like 2 hours.
Let me go grab Bill. Our MC's kind of disappeared.
The bar.
It's been caught.
You have a flash drive?
I gave it to her. She's got it.
Hold on.